What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Have Knife Day and episode 2 of Cut the Crap. This is a series in which I discuss knife-related topics. Feel free to chime in down in the comments, as your insight and experiences are greatly appreciated. Today I want to talk about something kind of serious to me. This is how this hobby has saved my life. And this save is threefold. Some of my friends and subscribers know that this time last year I found myself without employment after almost a decade with that company. It was pretty short notice, like no notice. I was unemployed for almost 5 months, and with me securing employment in September of 2026. This itself was catastrophic, as that's a huge thing to deal with, but I was also going through a divorce, which, although it was amicable, was still difficult. I spent the time off looking for employment, staying in shape, or at least trying to, because I'm 50. And selling a huge portion of my collection, among other things, to keep the lights on and contribute my half of my parental responsibilities. Although it killed me inside, I was able to liquidate a significant portion of my collection through various outlets to the sum of over $40K. I mean, it was a lot. With the majority of the liquidation occurring between April and October, as I was employed in September, but not thriving. And an update on that, I'm still not really thriving. That single source of income allowed me to maintain my financial and parental responsibilities without being late or falling behind. Now, that's not including credit cards and all that kind of crap. That's just a whole nother bag of cats. And during that time, I had the term hustler tossed my way as a way to describe me, certain context. And that bummed me out. Anybody that's known me, or people that know me or have known me for a long time, know that I'm definitely not the negative side of that. I did have to hustle, and I mean really hustle, to try to maintain my life and help take care of my daughter. If that makes me a hustler, then I guess, I suppose I'm guilty. This hobby saved me mentally, physically, and financially. Mentally, on the mental side, I had a lot of things to focus on. Like, this hobby kept me extremely busy. I was able to focus on learning new things, doing things like anodization, taking things apart and refurbishing them, bead blasting, different things like that. And also keeping me busy meeting new people in this community. I met a ton of people off of eBay, Blade Binge, Blade forums, and the support has been awesome. Like, I've met a lot of cool people. I've been able to do some things for people, like touching up their knives, or do some sharpening stuff, or like refurbishing things that may need a little TLC. And that was really, really cool. I was able to keep myself busy by listing knives and selling knives, and then in turn shipping those knives to these people. And I was able to stay afloat financially with the money I earned. So, and all of that really reduced the very bad, scary feelings that I was having at the time. Because, life was pretty tough for me. It made it very difficult to continue living. Like, I was like, you know what? I don't really want to be here right now. And that's kind of how I was feeling on a lot of days, because things were hard. And that's just how it is sometimes. But, I feel fortunate to be here today, doing what I do, doing what I enjoy, and I'm looking forward to the future because there are so many things for me to experience. I want to get into making kydex. I'd like to get into doing laser engraving. Obviously, I want to continue my content on YouTube as I'm enjoying it. And if you're listening to me, you're probably realizing that I am not a professional speaker. I'm not somebody who's comfortable being in front of a camera or standing in front of a bunch of people talking. You can definitely tell that when you're listening to my videos. Although I will say I'm making some progress on that front. I'm getting better, I'm learning, and this also allows me to learn how to formulate new things and also format my videos, because all of these videos up to this point, including this one, I have done no editing whatsoever. These have all been done in one take, and I have done nothing but upload them to YouTube, and that's it. So maybe I can get into making more creative thumbnails in the future, making more creative content, but I'm self-taught. I have to learn how to do all this stuff. So anyways, I am thankful to my good friend. He's been a buddy of mine for a long time. He got me into this hobby. I've done a video on Pay It Forward talking about a pocket knife that he gifted me many years ago. And I'm thankful to him not only for introducing me to this hobby, but also sticking with me. I mean, he's got over 30 years in the game. He's worked at a knife store back in the day. He understands where this community came from, Facebook groups, seller sites, physical retail stores. I mean, he knows a lot of things about this stuff. So, his enthusiasm and the 30 plus years he's been involved in it has been instrumental in providing the support I need to keep going. I'm also thankful to my girlfriend, who has kept this hobby alive for me by sharing my enthusiasm, buying me pocket knives I didn't even know existed for, special occasions and things like that, and also being enthusiastic when I present information to her about this subject. Because most people, if they don't know about knives, they really don't care. I mean, the vast majority of people that I work with, and I work in a biodiesel refinery, none of these guys carry a pocket knife. And they're not really interested in knives at all. The only guys that really do carry any type of bladed implement are fellow veterans, guys that served, because we're used to that. But, So anyways, finally, I am thankful for all of you out there in the knife community. I mean, I have learned so much from all of you, from different comments, advice, knowledge, and the continued support that you've shown me as I've, recently started a, new chapter in my life by doing content on YouTube. And to be honest with y'all, I should have done this a year ago. I mean, my collection was pretty cool, in my opinion. Everybody doesn't share the same opinion on what's cool and what isn't. But I would have had a lot more content to share. I would have had a lot more things to show on the channel. And, taking things apart, re-anodizing things, stuff like that. Camping. And I didn't do any camping at all last year because I figured, I told myself, you know what, buddy? You're not employed. You do not deserve to go out and go camping. You need to stick with things. You need to gain employment. You need to get yourself, off your fanny and get busy. And that's what I was able to do. And through the support of all the people I've met through this community, I was really able to do that. And I'm still doing it now, and I enjoy it. It's probably the most fun thing I've ever been involved in. Probably besides playing music. I enjoy playing music as well. It's a good idea, get somebody interested in this hobby, somebody that's not a knife person, get him into it. It's a wonderful environment of endless possibilities and endless enjoyment as far as I'm concerned. And it really is a lifesaver. keeps you focused on positive things, not negative things. Even if you got to sell your stuff, it still keeps you focused on the future, and that's the important thing. Anyways, sorry that was kind of a downer. I wasn't trying to make it a downer. I wanted to end on a positive note because, I'm still here, I'm still kicking, and I'm loving what I'm doing. It's a lot of fun. So thank you all for watching. And as always, have a knife day.